Here we go.
Alex, thank you for meeting with me on Zoom today. Um, Based on our earlier conversations, we agreed to focus our time today on your sleep habits and how exhausted you've been feeling during the day. How does that sound?
Yeah, Edward, uh, that sounds about right. Man, I'm just tired all the time. I know I need more sleep, but honestly, man, the nighttime is the only time I have for myself. Come home, I'm always with my wife, having to hear about her day, having to make dinner, watch the kids. But when they all go to bed, I just want to lay in my bed and scroll on my phone to decompress, you know?
hmm So, so what I think I hear you saying is it feels like those late night hours are your only chance to finally have some personal time and like unwind from the stress of the day.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
You know, between work and everything else, Edward, if I don't get that time just to zone out on social media, just to get away from everything, I feel like I have no life at all. But then that alarm goes off at 6:30 a.m. and you know what? I feel like I've been hit by a dump truck.
I understand. I understand. So on one hand, zoning out on your phone feels like kind of like a reward or maybe like a necessary reward to kind of I guess reclaim your personal time. But on the other hand, the cost is waking up feeling completely drained and like miserable, right? Did that make sense?
You know what? It does. You know, I'm not gonna lie, Edward. When I come home from work and everything, I get anxiety. It's at a high cost. And by 2 o'clock p.m. at work, man, I can barely keep my eyes open. I'm on the computer. I'm falling asleep. That there's times I got to drink 3 cups of coffee just to survive the afternoon. You know what I'm saying?
hmm Well, thanks for sharing that. Um, what are some other ways that this exhaustion is having an impact on your life?
Well, Edward, uh, my patience is basically at ground zero. I, I've been noticing I snap at my coworkers over the littlest things. I mean, just them stepping on my shoe, I get mad. And when I get home, man, I don't get even have the energy to make meals. I used to love to cook or even go to the gym, try to work out, you know, to better myself health wise. I just crash out on the couch, Edward, and until it's time to go to bed. My wife tries to talk to me, nothing. My kids try to talk to me, nothing. And then the cycle of just staying up on my phone starts all over again, you know?
Yeah, yeah. So your lack of sleep is bleeding into every other area. It sounds like it's affecting your mood at work, your diet, and your physical health. Is that correct?
Yeah, it really is, man. And it's a touchy subject, Edward, but man, I gained weight because I'm not working out. I'm eating junk food because I'm too tired to cook. I don't even like who I am when I'm this tired. I feel like I'm neglecting my family. I value my health, and right now, I'm not even taking care of it.
I feel it. It sounds like, you place a high value on your health and your well-being. And I can understand how it's probably frustrating for you to really see this sleep cycle standing directly in the way of the healthy lifestyle you actually want for yourself.
It is. And, you know, being a godly man, uh, being a veteran, it's frustrating. I know I need to put that phone down and just go to sleep at a decent hour. You know, my wife and kids, they go to bed at 8:30, 9. I'm up till 2, 3 in the morning. I really need to do this, you know?
I feel it well, sir, don't be too hard on yourself because, you one have the resilience that has led you to successfully identifying the core of the issue. And that takes clear vision of how you want your health to look, right? That takes a lot of self-awareness. So I don't want you to be too hard on yourself. You're very resilient, you're very aware, and you know what you want, and you more than likely know how to get there.
And, you know, I know what I need to do.
Yeah.
I know that if I just put those things to practice, I know they will be a better outcome, but it's just so hard. You know, once I get into bed, my brain it just starts racing. If I don't look at my phone, I just lay there, man, just looking up at the ceiling, wondering or worrying about everything I have to do the next day, worrying about what's going to happen in that meeting, what's going to happen when I run into that coworker that I may not get along. And you know what? Being on my phone, it just distracts me from all that stress, all that anxiety, that overwhelmness. Without it, I'll never fall asleep, you know?
Yeah. Without that distraction, it feels like your anxiety would just take over and you probably wouldn't be able to sleep at all.
You're right. It's like a pacifier for my brain, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So even though I want to sleep, I just don't see how I can just turn off my phone and stare at the ceiling because then you know, my mind starts playing tricks on me and starts just running through scenarios that it feels impossible just to close my eyes and go to sleep.
Yep. Um, there's absolutely no way you could ever change your nighttime routine. I get it.
Well, I wouldn't say there's no way, Edward. I mean, I'm a godly man, and when I was younger, I used to read a lot of books before I go to bed. A few years ago, I mean, I would go through starting chapter 1, and that night I'm done,
Oh,
ready to eager to get another book. It used to help me fall asleep. You know, when I was younger, my mom, we get in trouble. She tells us, go read the Bible. And we start reading, put me to sleep. But
oh,
it's not impossible. It's just that phone is much easier to swipe rather than turn the page.
I see. So you actually have a history of successfully winding down without a screen, like when you used to read, and you already have the capability to fall asleep naturally, you know?
Yeah, I forgot about that. I guess I got out of the habit. You know, reading used to make me tired pretty quickly, but I enjoyed it while I was reading. I enjoyed getting that knowledge. And as I get towards the end, yeah, it put me to sleep, but it would make me tired pretty quickly.
So, let me think. Hmm. If you were to decide to make a change and improve your sleep hygiene, what do you think would be the best outcome for you?
Well, I think the best outcome would be waking up feeling actually rested. I think waking up and even going to bed at the same time my wife and my kids go to bed, seeing myself going to bed as a family rather than being alone. I wouldn't need all that coffee. I wouldn't be drinking it like it was going out of style. I'd have the energy to just go to the gym after work and put in some work on my arms or my legs, my torso, and I wouldn't be so cranky to everybody. I would
Yeah.
actually be somebody that people can come up to and talk to me. Uh, I just I just feel I would just feel like myself again.
Hmm. You get your energy back. You'd you'd improve your physical health, and your relationships at work would improve, you know?
Exactly. And I really want that. You know, Edward, I'm just so tired of being tired that I know change is coming. I just have to acknowledge it and accept it. But I am being tired of being tired.
Well, Alex, I just want to honor you for having the courage to share your feelings today. We're nearing the end of our time today, and I want to summarize what we've discussed. When we started talking today, you originally brought up that, being on your phone late night, scrolling that's really the way that you decompress and relax. And the thought of giving that up makes you uncomfortable because your brain races at night. But at the same time, you also are, deeply frustrated by the toll that this, lack of sleep is taking on you. You sound like you value your health and your mood, and this lack of sleep is causing you to skip the gym, eat poorly, feel irritable. And I mean, you even brought up that you remember back in the day reading a book that was, a really good way for you to wind down without looking at a screen at all. So it sounds like, in my humble opinion, that you have a strong desire to wake up feeling rested and like yourself again. Is that correct?
Well, Edward, that perfectly sums it up. And I appreciate you listening to me and hearing me out. That's exactly where I'm at. And now I'm ready to move forward.
Well, given all the reasons you shared for wanting to feel better, um, I guess where does that leave you? I guess what do you think your next step might be?
Mm. Well, after talking to you, Edward, today, I think my next step is figuring out a way to break myself from that phone habit so I can get my life back, so I can go on dates with my wife, so I can go on family outings with my children, go to my son's baseball games, being able to just have a conversation with somebody and not dozing off while they're talking to me. I think that's that's what I want to get my life back to that.
Well, we can certainly pause here for the day, and if you're down, we can explore what that step might look like in our next meeting. What do you think?
I would like that very much. Thank you.
Thank you.